Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Blue Sphere Corporation and 360 Wing Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bastards. Here at the Limaland Motorsports Park, round number 6, race number 2, qualifying up next on the program, and we'll let the drivers go out and qualify. They have 2 minutes, but we're going to play the Star Spangled Banner. Alright, qualifying up right now, and we got 20 odd seconds. As we try and see just a couple of drivers on the racetrack still. Obviously you can't see them. At the moment, Chris Brenner going quick time. And what a field this is here for race number 2. Chris Brenner quick time with 11.760. John Batista second quick. 11.782. Cody Olsen 11.788. Nathan Davis 11.806. Rounding out the top 5, Anthony Lopresto with 11.826. Corey Zatinsky, Brandon Steele, Jonathan Lowe, Dylan Workman, and Jeremy Zarfos rounds out the top 10. Let's take a look at our SETI Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole of heat race number 1 for the second time tonight after setting quick time in car number 70, it's Chris Brenner. To his outside in car number 36, it's Nathan Davis out of position number 2. Out of position 3 in car number 5, it's Brandon Steele. To his outside in the 51 out of position 4, Jeremy Zarfos. Out of position 5, nice to see this guy back in a sprint car here on the iRacing service in car number 19, it's Trey Wagaman Jr. To his outside in position 6 in the 151, it's Tyler Henselman. A driver that finished second here this evening early on in race number 1 at Limaland. In car number 95, lining up out of position 7, it's Dakota Kern. And to his outside, it's Jason Nygaard out of position 8. 10 laps on the board. A reminder, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and also XX_TVXX. Make sure you go out and support the social media pages for Ultimate Dirt TV. Obviously our Twitch, we use that for Counter-Strike as well.
Green.
10 laps on the board, heat number 1, round 6, race number 2, we are underway. All the top 5, Brandon Steele into the wall, Jason Nygaard into the wall, Dakota Kuhn. Contact with Steele, Henselman gets through. Wagman, Zarfos into the wall. Wagman got through, now up to position number 3. Brenner followed closely by Nathan Davis down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4. Davis is going to have a chance at him. 3 down, 7 to go. Wagman in 3rd, Zarfos 4th, 5th is Kuhn, 6th is Jason Nygaard, 7th is Tyler Henselman. Nygaard trying to put the moves on Dakota Kuhn in 1 and 2. We'll see what he does in 3 and 4. Track still at the moment got multiple grooves right now. with Jason Nygaard picking up position number 5, getting on by Dakota Kuhn, but Kuhn says, I want the spot back into turn number 3 and 4, but Nygaard, he says, no way. He now wails the top side off for turn number 2. Into 3 and 4, the battle is on for 5th and 6th. Henselman all by us has got the best seat in the house at the moment to watch this action. Zarfos trying to close in on Troy Wagman Jr. down the back straight away. 3 laps to go this time by for your race leader, Chris Brenner, who is starting to check out from your second place driver of Nathan Davis. Now Zarfos around the outside of Wagman. Down the back straight away into 3 and 4. Zarfos has got that car working on the cushion, in the wicked cushion. Car number 51. Race leader Brenner gets the white flag in heat race number 1. Looking to go back to back in heat racing competition. He picked up heat 1 in race number 1. Now he's going to get the job done in heat number 1 in race 2. Brenner at the moment, he is yet to be officially defeated. Second, Davis, Zarfos, Nygaard, Kuhn, Henselman, Wagaman fell back contact with the wall, I believe, not too sure. And Brandon Steele rounds out our 8 finishers here in heat race number 1. Heat number 2. Up next, let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole in car number 35 in the Black Diamonds Motorsport car, it's going to be John Batista. To his outside in UW Motorsports Wicked Cushion, car number 57. It's your defending 360 Sprint Car champion, I believe. Yes, it is. It's going to be Anthony Lepresto. Inside second row, it's going to be the Dirt Track and Bastards car number 20 of Jonathan Lowe. To his outside, his teammate in car number 93, it's Chris Roberts. At a position 5 in the LQM Linda's LDM, I think, Linda's Digital Motorsports, car number 11, it's Zach McLaughlin. At a position 6 in the Team City Group Holdings Wicked Cushion, car number 92, it's Mike Keegan. And riding shotgun at the back of the field in car number 23, it's Adam Buchanan. So a reminder to hit the like and follow button and subscribe to our social media pages. The Bluesphere Corporation 360 Wings Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bastards. Round number 6, race 2 at Limaland, and we are underway. Batista leads from Lepresto. Roberts back and forth. Oh, Lepresto around. And Lepresto going to be the back of this field right now. Look at this battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth right now. 4 cars duking it out, nearly 3 wide with 3 wide. Here we go. Buchanan from the back of the bar. And Roberts trying to make it work on the bottom side. Buchanan in the 23 car. Up to position number 2. Oh no. Keegan and Lowe come together. Can Lowe save it? He goes through the pits. And that'll bring out our caution. And I tell you what, it's a much needed one for Anthony Lepresto right now. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. So keep it on the 20 car through the middle. Keegan a little out of shape coming off turn 4. And well, he just kept the foot in the bucket. And the right rear caught that the tyres around that pole going upside down. And a much needed one there for Anthony Lepresto, I must say. His contact with Batista, I think it was on the opening lap or the second lap of this feature. That's going to, give him at least 2 laps, 2, maybe 3 laps to maybe get something done and maybe move forward in this field. White 1 to green next time by. Batista leading from Buchanan. Now Buchanan started 7th. He is now up to position number 2. Roberts in 3rd, Keegan 4th, Zach McLaughlin in 5th. Jonathan Lowe in 6th. Anthony Lopresto in 7th. Braden, I'd love to see you out here racing these. Here we go. Green flag is back out. 3 laps to go here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Keep an eye on Lopresto in the 57. He gets by Jonathan Lowe. They literally rubbing wheels down the back straightaway. Upside down. McLaughlin into the wall as well. Top 3 on screen from left to right. Batista, Buchanan and Roberts. 1 lap to go here in heat race number 2. The winner will start on the outside of the front row, and it's looking like it's going to be car number 35 if John Batista gets the checkered flag. Second home is Adam Buchanan. A very surprising drive. Chris Roberts 3rd, Keegan 4th, Lopresto 5th, McLaughlin 6th, and 7th was Jonathan Lowe. Heat number 2, done and dusted. The show rolling on. Tonight's feature event is going to be 50 laps here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 3. Starting on the pole in the United Dirt Sim Racing Association, car number 6, it's Cody Olsen. To his outside in the UW Motorsports, Wicked Cushion, car number 7, it's Corey Zatinsky. At a position number 3, in the Buffalo Wild Wings, car number 82, it's Dylan Workman. To his outside in the Team City Group Holdings, Wicked Cushion, car number 057, it's Craig Dunn. At a position number 4. At a position 5 in the Wicked Cushion UW Motorsports 15, it's Michael Sheridan. To his outside, his teammate in car number 26 in the UW Motorsports Wicked Cushion entry is going to be John Lopresto. At a position number 7 in the Team City Group Holdings Wicked Cushion 127, it's going to be Stephen Hill. Green flag this time by 10 laps on the board. Our final heat race of the night. Olsen, Zatinsky, Workman, Dunn, Sheridan, Lopresto, and Stephen Hill. Green flag is out and we're underway. The final heat race of the night. Well, Lopresto and Stephen Hill had contact going into 3 and 4 on the opening lap. Sheridan now trying to make it by Craig Dunn. Workman a little out of shape off for turn number 2. Dunn to the inside into 3 and 4. We almost go 3 wide. John Lopresto on the inside, 3 wide again. Sheridan on the outside. Dunn right through the middle. 3 and 4, 3 wide again. This time it's Lopresto and Dunn. Contact off of turn number 4, off turn 4, sorry. And there was contact going into 1 and 2. Olsen, your race leader in the number 6 machine right now. Second is going to be the 7 of Corey Zatinsky. Third in the 82, Dylan Workman picked up a 3rd place in the main event in race number 1. Just gone past the halfway stage of this one. 6 laps complete and 4 to run. Workman got into the fence, got into the wall. And I'm sure there is a meatball flag incoming for the 82. We'll see if he stays out there. He does so at the moment. He's got Craig Dunn and John Lopresto behind him. Dunn working the bottom side. John Lopresto up top into the wall. Thinks better of it. 2 laps to go for your race leader, Cody Olsen, through turns 1 and 2 right now. Down the back straight for the penultimate time in heat racing competition. No B mains required tonight. Again, another 22, 23 drivers in the pit area. Cody Olsen on the white flag in the final lap of tonight's heat racing action here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. He gets the job done. Second, Zatinsky. Third, Sheridan. 4th at the line. A drag race between Workman and Dunn. Workman gets it. Dunn in 5th. 6th was Stephen Hill. 7th was John Lopresto. Take a look at our city group holdings starting grid for tonight's 50 lap main event. Starting on pole, car number 70, Chris Brenner, to his outside, the 35 of John Batista. Out of position 3, it's the 6 of Cody Olsen. Out of position 4, it's the 36 of Nathan Davis. Out of position 5, the 23 of Adam Buchanan, Corey Zatinsky in the 7, out of position 6. Out of position 7, the 51, Jeremy Zarfos. Out of position 8, the 93 of Chris Roberts. Out of position 9, the 15 of Michael Sheridan. Out of position 10, the 22, Jason Nygaard. Mike Keegan out of 11th, Dylan Workman out of 12th. 13th, Dakota Kuhn. 14th, Anthony Lopresto. Craig Dunn, 15th. Tyler Henselman, 16th. Zach McLaughlin, 17th. 18th is Stephen Hill. 19th, Troy Wagaman Jr. 20th, Jonathan Lowe. 21, John Lopresto. And 22, Brandon Steele. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 laps on the board for tonight's feature event, race number 2 to close out round number 6 of the series. Week number 8, here we go. It's time to get after it. These guys, no doubt, are going to get after it and put on some fantastic racing, hopefully. 50 laps on the board and we are green flag racing, already 3 wide. A chaotic turns 1 and 2 and the same in turns 3 and 4. But at the moment, all the drivers been able to keep it off of each other right now. Look at this field right now for the top 5. In fact, that's from 3rd to about 3rd to 6th or 7th. Right now, Buchanan, one of the only cars making it work on the bottom side of the racetrack in the top 5 as well. 3 wide, Davis through the middle, and Batista up top. Battle for the race lead, because here comes Cody Olsen. Side by side for the race lead into 3 and 4. Olsen and Brenner, literally a drag race. Then you go back to Buchanan, Batista, Nathan Davis as well. Zatinsky, Zarfos, Roberts. Oh, contact between the teammates. Oh, Buchanan half spun the car. Oh no, Buchanan around. Oh, heartbreak for the 23. An epic drive in the heat race. A great start to the feature. And it was just the one little mistake that happened in front of him. Now, we can't really blame that on anyone. Batista got a little loose off the cushion. Him and Davis got together. Zatinsky went underneath because Batista was, slow after the contact. Out of turn number 2, and Buchanan was just coming up the racetrack. It was just an unfortunate incident. It was hard racing. Buchanan was almost going to save it, but he was coming back up the racetrack, and I believe Sheridan caught him. White flag at lap number 53, and the first caution in tonight's main event for race number 2. Brenner, Olsen, man, these 2 guys were putting on a show. And then the guys behind them as well. We stack the field back up. Single file. We go back to green flag racing conditions here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Already we're seeing drivers again utilize the bottom side of the racetrack. Batista through the middle. Roberts down low. Zatinsky up top. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th. You look at Olsen through the middle of 1 and 2. He's in position number 2. He's got Davis hot on his heels. They both went to the top side in 3 and 4. Batista working the bottom side again. Into 1 and 2. It's going to be tough to pick a winner. 50 laps around Limaland Motorsports Park to go 50 laps mistake-free. It's almost unheard of. These drivers are all humans and not robots. Davis now to the bottom side of 3 and 4 on Cody Olsen. Batista struggling just a little bit on the top side of the racetrack. 3 wide with Zatinsky and Roberts. Man, this is hectic right now. Oh, Zatinsky almost got the left rear of Batista. And Batista shut the door on Zatinsky and Roberts going into 1 and 2. Roberts going to try and fight back on the inside of the racetrack off of turn number 4. Roberts hanging with the front guys and doing what he does best and running the bottom to middle of the racetrack. Not sure whether Davis just caught the wall, but Nygaard out as well. Lepresto up to position 8 from about 15th or 16th, 14th, somewhere around there. 3 wide, the teammates right now, Zarfos, Sheridan, and Lepresto. Well, they might be teammates, but on the racetrack, these drivers are racing hard. How about Roberts? Oh, yellow is out. Wagaman Jr. and Jonathan Lowe involved in that one. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. Oh, Wagaman, yeah, just came off the cushion. You see, he's come off the cushion. The car shot hard left. Jonathan Lowe, well, he's just really been unlucky. Boy, oh boy. Whew, thank God these yellows keep coming out. I'm able to take a breather, get myself a drink, get some hydration back in the body.
Hang on, we're not going green.
So we're not going green just yet, so a little issue with the lineup. Wagman done for, Jason Nygaard done for as well. Brendan Steele out of the event, Jonathan Lowe. So also green flag next time by. So it's going to be white flag 57.
Single file, white flag now lap 57.
So the last time these guys done this in the 410s, they were able to get 30 odd laps with green flag. Can they do it again? Time will tell.
Green flag, green flag.
There we go, you heard it. Green flag is back out onto the racetrack. Chris Brenner leads Cody Olsen on the top side of the racetrack. Davis was through the middle. Roberts and Batista as well through the bottom. Zetinsky, Zarfos, Sheridan and Lepresto. Look at the 4 teammates going at it right now. Well, their teammate Chris Brenner is leading this one. Looking, oh no!
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow is out. Dakota Kuhn, Dylan Workman. They were slowing in the middle of turns 3 and 4. It was Lepresto and Zarfos who had contact initially. And Dakota Kuhn just checked up. He got hit from behind by Workman. And they were a little bit too slow there, but it's the reason the caution flag comes out again. So it'll be white flag lap number 60. At the moment, 35, so 33 when we go back to green flag racing conditions. Pace truck is in.
Green, green, green.
Well, Presto with a slider. That's Anthony with a slider on Michael Sheridan to pick up 7th spot. We look at Batista and Roberts on screen. And let's go side by side through turns 1 and 2. Roberts has the run. He got a little out of shape on the exit of turn number 2. There might have been slight contact with Batista, but I mean nothing much to unsettle the race cars. And look at this battle right now. Zarfos, Sheridan, Kuhn and McLaughlin. You throw in Stephen Hill and Dylan Workman. And it is all sorts of crazy right now in the back. 3 wide down the front straightaway. 3, nearly 4 wide almost. Oh, these guys, well, they're not afraid to leave it all on the racetrack right now. 3 wide, Workman. on the outside of Sheridan and McLaughlin on the extreme inside. McLaughlin and Sheridan have not been able to get away from each other the past 5 or 6 laps. We look at now Lepresto putting a slider on Zatinsky. Zatinsky got the rear nerf bar of the 57. And now he comes after John Batista in the 35. Anthony Lepresto looking for a top 5. Davis up to position number 2. Mistake from Olsen. Roberts back to 4th. And Batista rounds out the top 5. The shortest track we have on the service. And let me tell you, 22 drivers all going at it hard at one another. And to see 3 cautions so far. An outstanding job. Make that 4. An outstanding job from all involved here. I believe that might have been the 127 of Stephen Hill. Let's take a look at our Colby's iPaint's instant replay here. See what happened here. Oh, little bobble off of turn 2. Henselman coming through, had nowhere to go. Henselman around, Stephen Hill around as well. And there is our 4th caution of the night. Henselman still able to circulate on the racetrack after finishing 4th. Almost the career best for this season. Hasn't had a whole lot of things go his way. I know I like to talk crap to him, but he's not a bad... you know, I'm not going to say that on air. I'll tell you what, I'll say something because he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy, actually.
Yep, single foul, white flag, lap 63.
23 laps remain. Brenner, Davis, Olsen, Roberts and Batista in the top 5. Three wide for a moment through 1 and 2. Batista, Roberts and Cody Olsen. Now you throw in Anthony Lepresto. And Lepresto trying to make something work on the top side of the racetrack, but it's Roberts and Batista. Batista unable to find something on the bottom side of the racetrack right now, but he's still managing to hold the same speed as what Roberts is through the middle of the racetrack. Side by side for 4th and 5th on screen at the moment. You look behind them. Lepresto, Zatinsky, Dakota Kuhn, Dylan Workman and Jeremy Zarfos rounding out the top 10. See these from the different angles they go through turns number 1 and 2 right now. 19, make that 18 to go. And Chris Brenner, your race leader through turns 1 and 2. The front ends are starting to bounce. We're starting to see some track wear come into effect. Yellow is out. Oh, Jeremy Zarfos there in the 51. Let's take a look at our Colby's iPaint's instant replay. Just caught the cushion and then caught the front stretch wall. Sheridan and McLaughlin came through, nowhere to go. And unfortunately for the 51, upside down as the leaders were coming by. That was very close for the likes of Chris Brenner and Nathan Davis, Cody Olsen, those guys coming through. The white flag, lap number 56.
The green guys, tighten up, single foul, white flag, lap 52.
$17 to go. Can Brenner, can he go back-to-back in victory lane? Will Nathan Davis, Cody Olsen, Batista, or even Chris Roberts spoil the party? John Batista being Mr. Safe run on the bottom side of the racetrack. Behind him is Chris Roberts, and you go back to Lepresto, Zatinsky, Kuhn, and John Lepresto. They were 3 wide in 1 and 2 on the previous lap. There is just too much to call right now. I don't know where to look, don't know what to call, but we can only go what's on screen. Zatinsky, Kuhn, and John Lepresto. All inside the top 10. Dylan Workman in position number 10. 11th is Michael Sheridan. He looks to get a top 10 on the inside of the 82. Batista now on the bottom side. He has found something. And oh no, Cody Olsen into the wall. Lepresto just gets on by. There was contact. And going into 1 and 2. Olsen, he kept the foot in the bucket big time. And almost took out Lepresto. Thankfully, they were able to keep the car going. Batista into 3rd. Although, I dare say for much longer. I think 10 to go this time by.
Time to go.
10 laps remaining. And Batista and Lepresto both are on the low side in 1 and 2. Olsen now right on the bottom side. They leave the door open for Corey Zatinsky in the 7 machine to try and make something work on the top side. Here goes Lepresto up there. Lepresto, oh no, Zatinsky into the wall, comes back onto the racetrack in front of Dakota Kuhn and John Lepresto. They go 3 wide into 1 and 2. Man, action aplenty here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. 7 to go, I believe. And the battle on screen, Batista and Lepresto. Oh, Davis into the wall, big time. 5 laps to go, next time by for your race leader, Chris Brenner. But the battle on screen at the moment is the 35 of John Batista and the 57 of Anthony Lepresto. A great race going on, and once again we're seeing a bottom and a top side of the racetrack here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. 3 laps to go this time by for your race leader, Chris Brenner, who is now starting to encumber lap traffic. The guy on his bucket list or not bucket list, on his checklist right now was Adam Buchanan. He got by. We should be 2 to go.
2 to go.
1.5 to go for Chris Brenner to double down here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Off of turn number 4, the white flag is out. They will race it to the stripe. Off of turn number 2 with 2 turns to go through turns 3 and 4. He gets the job done. He goes undefeated here at Limaland. Chris Brenner home with the win, home in 2nd. Nathan Davis, Anthony Lepresto 3rd. Batista, Olsen, Zatinsky, Hill, Workman. There is a bunch of other cars. Unfortunately, we're not going to have the official result. Chris Brenner finds victory lane for the 2nd time here. Getting a little tap there from Nathan Davis to say well done. And now tries to burn it down to 360 on not too much of a track. Now he'll pull to the infield, and this is where the donuts will come. Well, you know what? They're piss poor donuts. We're gonna have to ask him about those, because they are pretty horrible, those donuts. Alright, let's try and get a chat with our top 3 here. Just gotta wait on Brenner and
hang on, we're not going green.
Lepresto. So well done to all of our drivers here this evening, and well, while we've got a few minutes, once again we are live on twitch.tv/xxwheels_tvxx.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Don't forget to hit the follow button on Twitch. We're live in 1080p We're live on youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the video and make sure you hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. And of course, we are live on the Ultimate Dirt TV Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit the like and follow button now. Well, we have our top three here on pit road. So we'll have a chance to chat with our top three here. Coming home in third place tonight in the 57 is Anthony LaPresta. Anthony, you started position 14. You come away with the third place finish. I mean, this racetrack, it was topside. I wouldn't say topside dominant. The cushion was definitely there, but you're able to move around on the racetrack as well and pass drivers on the bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, I was passing cars all over the place there. It was a fun racetrack for sure. Had a lot of hard racing there with some teammates, and that was a lot of fun. You know, when you can have hard racing like that and people don't get wadded up, it makes it a lot more fun for everybody. So, yeah, it was definitely fun muscling my way through the field there, and I'll take a top three all day. So.
You start on the outside of the 7-3. As you said, you battled with your teammates. I mean, Zarfos, Satinsky, Sheridan. You know, all you guys were there at one stage. You guys were pretty much stuck in a little 4-car battle for pretty much fighting for a top 10. Being on such a small racetrack, do you tend to give those guys just a little bit more room, knowing that they're your teammates, or do you just race them, like they're another competitor out there?
I mean, you kind of start out just kind of running your own line and seeing how it shapes out. But yeah, if it gets to a point where you're racing hard with them, then yeah, I mean, you take the gloves off and it's no holds barred. You're gonna do anything you can to pass them, and you'd expect the same thing of them. And we're on here racing. We're not on here just to run laps together and hold hands. So. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We can do stuff like that for sure.
What did you make of the track here in race number 2 tonight?
The track felt awesome. Like I said, I could use the high side. If I just managed the throttle like you're supposed to. I would gain a lot of ground, and I think I might have been a little faster than second place there. I'm not really sure. I was catching him, but I just kind of making mistakes there. But yeah, on the bottom. Like I said, made some key moves there on the bottom, and that kind of made the difference as well. So I definitely used up the entire racetrack tonight. So good track.
How does this compare to a real life stuff? I mean, just the past weekend, you're able to go out and drive a Northwest Focus midget, with Carla and Galen Stewart, along with Tim Smith as well, who happens to be a teammate of yours. I mean, is there any similarities from the real stuff that you bring into the sim stuff, or vice versa?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a lot more similar than most people would realize, especially in the midget. The midget was very similar to what I'm used to on here on iRacing with the midgets. Actually, the midgets on here tend to pick up the front end a little more. So, when the ones I was driving, we could kind of drive in a lot harder than we were kind of used to on here, necessarily. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the skills translate directly over. But I mean, anybody that loves driving and loves racing, you're gonna look to build them skills all the time, no matter what you're doing. So this is one of the best activities, I think, to be able to do that. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way, man. It's a lot of fun on here with all you guys racing. Got to thank all of my sponsors, obviously UW Motorsports, Wicked Cushion, Colby's Eye Paints, Ultimate Dirt TV, Next Gen Fab. Thank DOB for doing this thing as always, and yeah, man, thanks for doing this.
I'm going to give you one more thing. I'm going to give you a bit of a grief here. I'm not sure if you know this, but Caleb Hart, obviously, the commentator for the Northwest Focus Midget Series, who done multiple shows with us here online, he messages me and tells me that you had a bit of a tough time starting the midget on Friday night. These race cars, obviously, not used, and I think you know where I'm going with this. These race cars, don't have clutches. They're a direct drive. However, the midget that you drove, I believe they are clutch driven and clutch started. Am I correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble there. I actually had the feeling going in that I was going to have more trouble starting the car than I would be actually driving and racing the car. So it's good to know that I was kind of right in that regard. But yeah, once I got it figured out there, I was okay. But yeah, definitely, yeah, it was definitely something new, that's for sure.
All right, well, hey, well done on the on that drive in that Northwest Focus Midget Series. But more importantly, well done on third here tonight again, Anthony.
Thanks, man.
All right, Anthony Lopresto home in third place, home in second place tonight in car number 36 is Nathan Davis. Nathan, congratulations. You started on the outside of the second row. You were running third for a lot of that race, and then something happened with Cody there, and you're able to pick up second, and that's all you could come away with here tonight. Still a good result for you and the team.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Cody was in front of me for a while. Car was a little bit on the loose side tonight, and teammate John told me the middle was getting a little faster, so I went down there and tried it. Had a good run coming up beside him. I don't know what happened to him, if he got loose and hit the wall, but seen him shoot behind me. Then just tried to catch up to Chris, which was a chore in itself. The track was pretty difficult tonight. It was bumps on the straightaways. There's bumps in the corners, shot you low. You had to be real easy on the throttle. It was fun. Just overall rough track. Good run though.
Previous seasons, we've seen tracks, like Limaland, that are able to build the cushion, really be top dominant. Obviously, the top side again and the cushion was there tonight, but unlike previous seasons, I believe you're able to move around on this racetrack, make some passes on the bottom and the middle as well. Did you find that that's the way that the track felt out there as a driver on there?
Yeah, it was definitely multi-grooved. Me personally, I struggled on the bottom and the middle, and just because of the gear I was running, I was expecting it to be top dominant like it was, so I went for a little faster gear, and so when I went down low, the runoff really killed me a lot.
Looking back now, do you think that anything that you might have made setup adjustments wise, maybe a different line at a particular lap? Was there anything that you would go back and change now that if you had the chance to, you might?
Yeah, I would have probably softened the right rear up a little bit, hook up on the cushion better. I got in a good rhythm there before that last caution. Had a good run on Chris, was right on him. After the restart, I tried to get back in my rhythm, overpushed it, made a couple mistakes, and got into the wall. And the distance between us just grew too much for me to catch back up.
Well, hey, a second place is nothing to to hang your head about. So hold your head up high. It was a good run for you, and no doubt, I'm sure you got some people you want to thank.
Well, of course. First, I'll give a shout out to Chris for putting on the league every Tuesday and Thursday. It's awesome racing. A lot of good guys in there, a lot of talent, a lot of underrated drivers that people just don't see the top names all the time. There's a lot of good talent in there. Always good races. Second off, shout out to you, Brett, Ultimate Dirt TV, for sponsoring us at Black Diamond. Try to catch all your broadcasts that I can to give you that viewership in there. Shout out to Robert Bellinger over at Hammer Down for sponsoring us as well. Shout out to John for running all my other teammates at Black Diamond.
All right, well done on second, Nate. All right, Nathan Davis home in second place. Well, he picks up another win and goes undefeated for tonight in car number 70. It's Chris Brenner. Chris, congratulations. Just another fantastic race here. I mean, 50 laps where you see, I think, 5 cautions. Just a track that over the past couple of weeks has provided, not to mention, for the shortest track we have on here and the tightest, I mean, this track has just provided some phenomenal racing.
Yeah, it seems like the short tracks are king as far as multi-groove challenging races. I see a lot of that at Lanier, and I know we're all certainly looking forward to the same kind of stuff at Kokomo when that gets released in this next build coming up.
Once again, what did you make of the track here tonight, compared to race number 1?
Pretty similar. I think this one got worn in a little bit quicker earlier on. I felt like I was having to really manipulate the throttle more in this one to stay up on the high side and ahead of those guys. Early on, Cody was putting the pressure on. I think we were side by side for a good portion of the first 8 laps or so before that caution came up. And he was running some kind of middle line that was, right there with me. He's getting good drives off the corner. And then Nathan Davis took me out of my comfort zone for, gosh, probably the majority of the race. He definitely had something for me there, and I think he made a couple small mistakes, and that was all she wrote. Got some separation there at the end and walked away with another one.
What does it mean to pick up 2 for 2 here at Limaland, with these tough competition, tough weekly competition that DOB seem to bring out in the people?
Yeah, it's phenomenal racing here. it's not easy to win. It's not easy to podium. And the you know, the tracks are challenging with the way DOB sets them up. Yeah, that's what we all want. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it real, and it's enjoyable.
All right, well, look, well done on the clean sweep here tonight at Limaland. You didn't lead every lap in race number 1, but you still managed to lead, you know, the 2 laps that count, the last one in both feature races. So well done on that one. But, you know, before we let you get out of here and pop some champagne and celebrate with the team, once again, I'm sure you got some people you want to thank.
Yep. Thanks, Brett. Everybody at DOB, thanks for putting on these awesome races. Look forward to them every week. Anybody that's watching this broadcast, I suggest you get involved. Doesn't matter what your skill level is. There's fun to be had for everybody. We've got a nice core group of guys here that are friendly to race with, and you know, the skill ranges from you know, rookie all the way up to some pro guys. Ultimate Dirt TV sponsor, Brett Wheeler, thanks for doing a phenomenal job every time we do one of these. Teammates UW Motorsports, thanks for all the support and hard work those guys do. Wicked Cushion for sponsoring us. Colby's Eye Paints for making us look good out there. And Next Gen Fab, thanks for all your support, guys.
All right, there we go. Chris Brenner home with the win here in race number 2. Of course, that will wrap us up here from the Limaland Motorsports Park for the Blue Tree Corporation 360 Winged Sprint Car Series, presented by Dirty Old Bastards. You can check them out on Facebook. You can check out Blue Tree Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards on Facebook. Make sure you check out the sponsors of Ultimate Dirt TV. Check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook as well. Does some phenomenal job with some paints on some sim cars, and he does it all. You can check out SETI Group Holdings, who bring you the starting grid and finishing results for every Ultimate Dirt TV broadcast we do here. You can check them out on the web at www.sedi.com. That's CEDI.com. Just want to send our well wishes to Colby and his wife. Colby Cameron Colby from Colby's Eye Paints, going through a bit of a tough time here and stuff like that with his wife in hospital. So I'm sure everything's going to be okay, but our prayers and well wishes to Cameron and his wife and the rest of his family. And that'll be it for us here at Ultimate Dirt TV. We're going to be back on Thursday night for the Wicked Cushion World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series, round number 8. We'll have races 1 and 2. Again, same times what we had here tonight. And no doubt, I'm sure we're going to see some phenomenal racing as we've seen well over the past 8 weeks. And, well, Limaland, well, it just caps it off. You give me Limaland at the moment with these group of drivers every day of the week, and I'm sure you're going to see 2-3 wide action, 2-3 lanes of racetrack as well. On behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, don't forget to like the social media pages, the Twitch channel, our YouTube channel, and also our Facebook page. We say good night, and we'll see you back next time. And hey, B Money on the Twitch channel. We are going to be shutting the stream off, so good night. We'll see you back on Thursday night.